It's on! President Trump is launching a major media conglomerate poised to crush big tech. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what this new media venture is going to look like. We'll see how other multi-million-dollar ventures are also taking on big tech. And stick with me to the very end of this video when I'll reveal precisely why the days of big tech oligarchs are indeed coming to an end. You are not gonna want to miss this. Greetings, everyone, patriots all across the globe. Dr. Steve here with you. Great to be with you as always. I am your daily fake news antidote, offering patriotic analysis stuff and to think better so you can feel better in these crazy and turbulent times. So if you haven't already done so, you know what to do. Make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. Before we begin, as you know, we've got our new conservative Patriot live event coming up, and last night at midnight, our huge 80% discount off the registration price came to an end. But guess what? Because I know some of you got here too late, we're going to extend that super discount to midnight this Friday night. But that is it. So don't wait. Click on that link below right now and register for our new conservative Patriot virtual events November 12th and 13th, where I and several special guests will teach you to help build a society completely free from all things woke and to experience once again the nation that we know and love. It's a virtual event, so you don't even have to leave the comfort of your own couch, and you're going to absolutely love learning how to become a part of and help build parallel structures in our society so we can all be free once and for all from woke corporations and woke institutions. So do not miss this super awesome 80% discount on registration. Click on that link below right now, and I'll see you online for an absolutely awesome weekend. All right, gang, let's dive right in here. Speaking of building parallel structures, President Trump has announced that he is launching a massive digital media venture with the aim of crushing big tech across the board. It's an astonishingly sweeping venture, and we're going to unpack some of the incredibly impressive components of it. At the top of the list of offerings is a new social media platform called Truth Social, which has the twofold aim, of course, of crushing big tech competitors while providing a platform for all ideas to be shared freely. The app, which will begin a beta launch for invited guests starting in just weeks in November 2021, will make its full debut the first quarter of 2022. So it's part of the newly established Trump Media and Technology Group, which Trump has founded as part of his contribution to the growing phenomenon known as techlash, which involves a growing animus and worldwide hostility towards big tech oligarchies such as Facebook, Twitter, and Google. In a press release, which he ironically posted on Twitter through his spokesperson Liz Harrington, Trump stated, quote, "I created Truth Social and TMTG to stand up to the tyranny of big tech. We live in a world where the Taliban has a huge presence on Twitter, yet your favorite American president has been silenced. This is unacceptable. I'm excited to send out my first Truth on Truth Social very soon. TMTG was founded with a mission to give a voice to all. I'm excited to soon begin sharing my thoughts on Truth Social and to fight back against big tech. Everyone asks me, why doesn't someone stand up to big tech? Well, we will be soon." Now, it does appear that Trump is poised to go all the way with this social media platform, and he's going to take it public. The Wall Street Journal is reporting that he's working with a special purpose acquisition company, or SPAC, which is called Digital World Acquisition Company, to do just that. SPACs enable a company to go public without having to go through the onerous regulatory process so often involved with that endeavor. Now, here is what the platform appears to be shaping up to look like. There are three main components to the newly formed Trump Media Group. First, there's Truth Social, which would be a direct competitor against Facebook and Twitter. Then, in addition to that, there will be two outlets, TMTG Plus, that'll take on Netflix, Disney Plus, and the like, and TMTG News, that'll take on CNN and iHeartMedia. And finally, there's a long-term opportunity TMTG Tech Stack that'll take on Amazon Web Services, Google Cloud, and the like. So as you can see, this is shaping up to eventually be a massive multi-billion-dollar challenge to big tech. Now, to put this in context, Trump is not the only one who's investing hundreds of millions of dollars in a massive techlash project. The former owner of the Los Angeles Dodgers, Frank McCourt, he's pouring $100 million into a special media project to challenge Facebook based on blockchain technology. A few months back, McCourt launched Project Liberty, which is a new $100 million initiative dedicated to changing the very architecture of the internet. Project Liberty is working on a visionary open source protocol called the Decentralized Social Networking Protocol, which will recenter the internet around people rather than platforms. And that's absolutely key to understanding this whole emerging blockchain technology, which is the wave of the future. If you don't know, the current internet architecture, I mean, for lack of a better term, is a centralized architecture which centers around big tech platforms such as Google and Twitter and Facebook. And so what that means is that these massive multi-billion-dollar oligarchies end up owning all of your user information. That's just the way the internet works today. It's the way it's set up, right? We use their platforms, which means that they're able to gather all of our user information, and then these big tech companies turn around and sell that user information to advertisers. And so in effect, big tech companies own everything, right? They own your subscribers, they own your user information, they own your friends on Facebook, they own your followers on Twitter. And that's why they can weaponize banning people from their social media platforms. Blockchain technology, which this fellow Frank McCourt is investing in, is the exact opposite of that. Through blockchain technology, you own your user information. You own your subscribers. You own your social media friends and followers. And so if you want to pick up and move from one platform to another, you get to take all that information, all the subscribers, friends, and followers with you. That's what I mean by a new internet architecture that this Project Liberty is all about. And in addition to all this, there are even rumblings about a Russian billionaire who's looking to start a whole new international social media platform to challenge big tech. The billionaire Konstantin Malafeev recently wrote an open letter to President Donald Trump calling for both of them to join forces in building free speech social media platforms that will have the effect of burying Facebook and Twitter and Google once and for all. Malafeev made it clear in his open letter that these big tech tyrants, it's just not good enough to regulate them like they're already doing in Russia. They need ultimately to be defeated with superior free speech platforms. So what we can see here is that techlash is real, it's international, and it's increasingly popular in the polls, and it's crying out for an alternative internet ecosystem free from all things woke. And that is exactly what we're seeing emerge here. What President Trump and Frank McCourt and Konstantin Malafeev represent is a growing number of what are called civic entrepreneurs who are together building nothing less than a new society, what has historically been called a parallel polis. Precisely what we're going to be learning about at our new Conservative Patriot Live event in just a few weeks. So make sure to click on that link and register right now for that 80% discount. You're going to absolutely love it. You're going to love a video as well that I did on how patriot entrepreneurs around the world are currently investing in and financing numerous projects that seek to provide alternatives to the woke corporations that are acting in tandem with woke governments to suppress free speech and the patriotic sentiments of faith, family, and freedom. Scholars are calling the building of this world frontier innovators, right? The frontier is simply the innovation centers and entrepreneurial activity located outside Silicon Valley and its counterparts like LA and New York and London and the like. So this is an alternative economy that's rising up and includes companies in Kenya as well as Kansas and Uganda and Utah, India and Indiana. And so we're seeing the rising up of nothing less than a parallel patriot society at all levels. We're seeing, of course, the rise of alt tech now with President Trump. We're seeing the rise of alt news media. We're seeing, the guys of Breitbart and Epic Times and Newsmax, of course, talk radio. We're seeing the rise of alt currencies, right, with cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin that are increasingly being recognized as viable currencies that are not tied to any particular government or state or corporation or great reset. and thus they can't be manipulated and coerced by the far left to punish conservatives. We're seeing the rise of alternative banks that are dislodging themselves from the Federal Reserve System. We're seeing the rise of alternatives to health insurance in the guise of what are called healthcare cost-sharing ministries that the Amish have been using for years. And we're seeing nothing less, and obviously I was a part of this for 20 years, nothing less than a revolution in education, with the rise of homeschooling and classical education are homeschooling has surged 700% in some areas just in the last year. So students are finally emancipating themselves from all this woke nonsense that dominates our public schools. Gang, a new anti-woke world is rising. And with the announcement of Trump's multimedia company, along with a number of other venture capital endeavors, we can be assured that the days of big tech oligarchs are indeed coming to an end. Now, before you go, you will definitely want to check out that video that on cancel culture, awakening a whole new conservative parallel society. It's going to absolutely make your day. So make sure to click on the link, and I'll see you over there.